Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thanking you for this wonderful opportunity. I'm seriously telling I'm not qualified to sit here and speak. I'm not that experienced also, but this I consider this as a service which is very tough for me to talk about something which we have learned and also the experience. But thanking you for providing me this opportunity, and please bless and pray for me so that I can speak, so that the right words come at the right time with the right spirit. Okay. If you're not clear in between, you can please raise your hands. You can repeat it. And it is also just learnings what I have listened or what I have gone through. So it is just a sharing what I have done. It is not that I don't consider it as a class. I'm also one among you, least among you to be frank. So please bear with me. It is described that Balramji is the first expansion of Krishna. Balramji is the first expansion of Lord Krishna, okay? But in the scriptures it is revealed that he is non-different than Krishna. Everywhere, unanimously it proclaims that nowhere is different from Krishna. So, Balramji is the first expansion of Krishna, but even though he comes from Krishna's body, but he is non-different than Krishna. So here if you see how Balramji is acting, but before that you all know Balram, right? Here, Baldev is brother of Krishna. And Prabhupada explains that there are two differences, principal differences that these two personalities have. And he guesses that what are the differences that you can think of, the two differences between Krishna and Balram when you look.
He was a bit emotional about that.
Who is emotional?
Balram.
Balram is a bit emotional, okay.
The color?
The color, complexion, perfect. Any other?
Maybe because he's older, he has a perspective of taking care a bit different.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. And someone is telling there?
Yeah, Balram is he is like Bhima of Pandavas.
Okay. You mean to say he is more stronger than Krishna. Okay. So Prabhupada also explains that there, in principle, actually they are same, but in principle, if you see the two differences are, like you said, the complexion. Krishna has the freshly formed monsoon cloud, which is like a bluish combination of blackish combination, the color. It's so fresh. And if you look at Balram, he is like the freshly formed spring cloud, like white in complexion. So this is the first difference. And the second difference is Krishna, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead who appeared to accept the service. Whereas Balramji is also the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he appeared to offer that service. So he is in the mood of like to serve the Lord, and Krishna is in the mood of to accept their service. So this is the difference Prabhupada explained. Apart from this, like they both are not different. So why I am talking about Balram, we'll just get to know about this. So how Balram used to serve Krishna. So if you can look, starting from like Satya, like in Vaikuntha also. Balramji, how is he in the form appears in Vaikuntha? How he serves Lord Vishnu? Yes, as an fish. He is like, he forms a nice bed. We buy here like spring mattress, whatever, but he has a perfect bed. So that is like auto temperature, like auto control. Like example here, if it is cold, we have to increase the heaters. So when Mahavishnu, when he is lying on that bed of Anantasesh, so when Mahavishnu feels very hot, very doesn't feel, but based on the situation, then automatically Anantasesh gives a cold environment. And when he is feeling cold, he automatically becomes hot. he makes it hot the weather so that it becomes neutral for Mahavishnu. There's no like anywhere that he creates any disturbance. So that's sort of a service that always Balram used to give whenever Lord appears. So he appears like either before Krishna or after Krishna based on the pastimes, based on the leelas, but he's always there to assist the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And by the way, whenever I also discuss, I ensure that you also take something home. So at the end, I'll also ask few questions. Whoever answers it, I will be asking like 5 questions. Whoever will be answering it more, so you'll be getting a small surprise. Don't miss it. So be attentive. So we are here at Vaikuntha now. So now there how Anantasesh is serving Lord Supreme Lord we have seen. But if you also see the next yug, that is in Treta Yuga, so he appears as Baldev appears as a Lakshman. You can be more interactive. It's not a class, please. I'm also one among you. So Lakshmanji. So how Lakshman like was helping Lord Ram when Kaikeyi told that he has to get back to Vanavas for like 14 years. Then generally these days what happens, if elder brother leaves, so younger brother looks after like what share I will get. So that is the age we are living in. So what is the sort of properties we have, how much I can take. But nowhere in the scriptures it is mentioned that brother also has to go along with the elder brother when he is leaving to forest. Correct? Nowhere it is mentioned. We can accept that Mother Sita told that okay, I will be assisting Lord Ram. If he is going to forest, I will be with him only. Wherever he is, there I will be going. Irrespective of whatever the circumstances would be, but I will be assisting throughout Ram.
Don't make noise there.
And if you also see Lakshman, he doesn't have any, he doesn't have to go along with Lord Ram to the forest. But still he has chosen that he wants to serve Lord Ram, and then he also went to the forest. And throughout the forest he was like, he never slept. Throughout the forest, exile time of Lord Ram in the forest, he never slept. He was always protecting Lord Ram and Sita. Every hook and corner, like he was looking at them, protecting them. And this is a way like Lord Lakshman is also serving Lord Ram throughout his Leela that happened in Treta Yuga also, if you see. And then if you come to Dwapar Yuga, after that, he appeared as a Balram. So first Balram appears as what you know in Dwapar Yuga. Any idea? How he appeared? We already know he is Balram, he is appearing as a Balram. But before that he also appeared as what?
Sheshnag.
No Seshnag in Dwapar Yuga. Pardon? What? Parshurama. He appeared as the land of Vrindavan, the holy Dham. So Balramji first appeared as the land of Vrindavan, where all the sweet pastimes of Krishna, because for Krishna the pastimes whatever happened in the land of Vrindavan is very close, very intimate. So all these pastimes happened on the land of Vrindavan, and that land is none other than Balram. And I'll tell you how every instance how Balram helps Lord. And here what happens, like when Krishna was a baby boy, very small, and when demon comes and attacks, so he also like he enacts that like he's also scared, but sometimes he goes and fights. So Balram, what he does, he expands the land. He increases the distance between demon and Krishna so that Krishna is well protected. So that is how he acts. And then when Krishna goes and taking care of cows, and then he is missing, when he was missing Yashoda, then he thinks that, oh, now I have to meet my mom immediately now. So when he feels that separation, then what Balram does, as a land of Vrindavan, he contracts the land. So within like minutes, he ensures that the distance is very short, and then he reaches mother so soon. So this is how Balram is acting in service of Lord, and every instance he tries to support and render service, pure devotional service to the Lord. And then Balramji also, if you can see, like so many pastimes in, I think you already heard, like how he has killed the demons and in protecting Lord, always he is rendering the services. But if you look, the same Balram is appeared also in Kali Yuga. So due to the internal potency of Maya, Yoga, so we don't know what is happening all this. At least we are so fortunate that we know the Chaitanya Charitamrita Leela, what is happening. So now the same Balramji appears as Nityananda in Kali Yuga. So these are the deities you also see just now we bathed them. So they are the Gauranga and Nityananda. Gauranga on the left side and Nityananda is staying on the right side. So they are none other than the Krishna Balram, Ram Lakshman. So to whom we just worship and we did the Abhishek. So when the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is a master of all masters, is also creator of all creators, he is also origin of all origins. When he desires also to enter into the age of Kali, which is full of quarrel and hypocrisy. So when Lord himself trying to descend to this age of Kali, that means in this Kali Yuga, then that is none other than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is also called as Gauranga, also called as Nimai. So is it confusing with the too many names? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Gauranga. Why he is called as Gauranga? Gaura means gold in complexion. So if you see in Dwapar Yuga, Krishna appeared in bluish and blackish combination as a freshly formed monsoon cloud, right? But if you see in Kali Yuga, he appeared in the form of in a golden complexion. That is why he is called as Gauranga. So that's a golden complexion. And he is Krishna himself, but he saw the love that Radharani possessed towards Krishna. So if you can look, Radharani, Krishna is called as Madan Mohan. You know that, right? Why he is called as Madan Mohan? Because he is the attractor of all the cupids. And Radharani is Madan Mohan Mohini. She is the attractor of all cupids. So that means she has more strength, more love that Krishna wants to experience. That how she got that love, how she is able to get that such an unconditional love towards me. So he wants to experience. So then Krishna himself appeared as a devotee in the mood of Radharani. That is the form we see, that is Gauranga. He is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you are clear, right? Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came? And also the main mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to spread the congregation chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra and give this easy mantra to all the souls, Jivatmas, in the age of Kali. And now we have seen that the Gauranga, and then now Nityananda also appears. He is none other than the Balram. So he is, in short, he is also called as Nitai. So we have seen the appearance of Gauranga and Nityananda. So today we are celebrating the appearance day of Nityananda. So we can see the connection, like who are they? They are none other than Lakshman and Balram. So every time, in every Leela, he is coming and assisting Lord personally. So now let's talk about the Nityananda's appearance. So shall we all travel to Ekachakradham? This is the place where Nityananda was born. Okay? See, actually physically we can be here, but mentally we can travel to Ekachakradham. But there's also other way. There's also other way possibility is we all keep money and like we book the flights and then we can go to Ekachakradham. But sometimes the consciousness will be like, what is happening to my office? So the mentality will be like in Netherlands. So rather than, let's do the other way, let's physically be here, let's all of us travel to Ekachakradham on the birthday of Lord Nityananda today. So let's meditate. When I tell, just imagine that you're traveling there with these sweet pastimes, so that at least, because without Nityananda's mercy, we cannot approach anyone else. Because he is the Guru Tattva. He is the head of all Gurus. So the entire knowledge, whatever we see, the whole knowledge system is coming from him. He is the origin of that. So now let's pray that we release the pastimes of Nityananda, so that there's a mercy that we can at least get the mercy of Guru, and eventually we can progress more in the path of Bhakti. Okay? So now mentally we are all traveling to Ekachakradham. Ekachakradham is in West Bengal. Okay? So we are in India, all of us, consciously, not physically. So we are in Ekachakradham. This is a place where Lord Nityananda was born. First, before that, I want to talk about the generation. So there was a Brahman. His name was Oja. Be attentive, you will get questions. So there was a Brahman called Oja, and since long he did not have any children. So of course, I think looks like all similar age. When you don't have children, we know the pain. So then he was praying to the Supreme Lord, and then finally he was blessed with a baby boy named as Nityananda. No, it's wrong. It's Hadai. So we are talking about grandparents. So Oja is a grandfather. So to him, the son was Hadai Pandit, and later he became Hadai Pandit. So Hadai Pandit eventually grew up very nice, pious person, and then he married to a chaste lady, that is Padmavati. So Hadai Pandit and Padmavati, they gave up birth to a beautiful boy. He is Nityananda. So now Nityananda was born, and when Nityananda was born, the whole villagers came to see this boy. Okay, it's in Ekachakradam. Okay, so now baby was born. We all are there to see the Lord personally. And when this is happening, all the villagers came, and all the villagers, they are coming and seeing this baby boy. And the moment they came and saw this baby boy, they were really astonished to see the features of this baby boy. He was so effulgent, and his eyes are so big, like a blossoming lotus flower, and his eyes are like till ears. Generally when you do dance, especially when you do the classical dance, you always use kajal till here. Why? Because you ensure that your eyes are so big, and when you're doing the expressions, like it's so evident that like you can even talk with your eyes. So he was blessed. He was already born with those features. So his eyes were so big, it was almost till his ears. And then even his nostrils are like, even if sesame flowers, if they see, they are ashamed of seeing this, because such a beautiful structure he has. It's so beautiful, Nityananda. And villagers thought like, this son is better than my son. They felt that. They already felt in love with this boy, baby boy, that is Nityananda. So Nityananda, as and when he started growing, he always used to pick blue colored cloths. Have you ever observed that the colors of the lotus flower on their feet? What is the color that they use, especially for the deities? For the colors that they use for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is what? Here, you should have observed. At the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is on the left side. Today their dresses are like same. I can't tell by colors. So because of Nityananda's birthday, I am choosing the same. So on the left side, his feet, if you can see, maybe after that you can take a darshan closely, you can get into the details. That way we get to know the connection. Everything has a detail. It is marked with the golden color, yellow color. And if you see on the Nityananda right side, is lotus flower, there the color would have been marked as blue color. So Nityananda, or generally if you see any temples, if you go, Nityananda majorly dressed with blue color. So whenever you go, you see blue color, Nityananda. You don't have to see which direction there is blue color, Nityananda, yellow Krishna. Sometimes they change it, so that's why we should also know the color of the lotus flower, what they did. So why he was choosing blue color, any idea? Why he was only choosing the blue color cloths for him? He was much attracted to that. Any idea?
Because of Krishna?
Yeah, because he wanted to remember Krishna always. So then at least by looking at his dhoti, Krishna, oh, this Krishna. So that is the sort of a mood he was having from childhood. And he used to always enact the pastimes of the Lord. He used to like to play in dramas. He and his friends, when they joined, what we do today is video games. But those days they used to play a drama. So he gives the scenario and all the kids enact. Actually, we also did the same pastime in ISKCON Amsterdam last week. We did the drama on this. So Sindhya and Prahlad was also part of the play, my son. So the villagers, they were acting. They were acting like villagers. It was nice. So I'm just telling what I have learned from there. So all the villagers came and they were very happy about this boy, and everything was going smooth, and Nityananda was always having attention and always having the mood of like thinking of Lord directly. And almost 12 years over, now Nityananda is grown, he is 12 years old now. So one sweet pastime happened here. On this day, a famous renowned sannyasi came. He is Lakshmipati Tirtha. So when Lakshmipati Tirtha is a sannyasi, generally when sannyasis travel, they take shelter at someone's place. Overnight they stay, and then they take some bhiksha the next day, and then they started traveling again. This is how they do, and they preach the message of Godhead everywhere, correct? So that day, at the age of 12 years, this Lakshmipati Tirtha sannyasi, he came to the place of parents of Hadai Pandita and Padmavati. And then on that day, they treated well. So Hadai Pandit, they're very pious Brahmins, and they know the values of like how to treat the sannyasis, everything, and everything went well. So they treated him nicely, and the service was too good, and everything was fine. So at the end of the day, he was leaving. The sannyasi was leaving. So it's a general etiquette that they ask sannyasis like, Maharaj, how can I help you? So maybe after this incident, you have to be careful. Do you really want to ask or not? So that day, Hadai Pandit and Padmavati, Hadai Pandit asked the sannyasi, how can I serve you? So you have to travel again. So how can I help you? So you want any food or anything? Can I help in that? So sannyasi, what he would have asked? Any guesses? Huh?
Baby Nityananda.
He asked for baby Nityananda. He asked for the child because he also saw the child, and he also saw the pastimes of this small kid, and he was so effulgent, and he also thought like he will be a good companion for him for his further travel. So then he asked for Nityananda. That's it, gone. Parents were like heartbroken, right? And those days, if they say something, they stand on the words. They never take back. So Hadai Pandit is broken completely, and then he said, I can give you my whole wealth. I can give you the whole village. Whatever you want, I can give you. But why do you want my son? Then Sannyasi said, no, you gave a word that now I'm asking for your son. You have to give. So then they sent their son along with Lakshmipati Tirtha, and then eventually the parents are like very sad, depressed, and Padmavati was telling that when Lord Ram left the palace and he went to Vanavas, Dashrath died. What are you doing here? And Padmavati, the wife, said to her husband that, why are you still alive? So she was also frustrated, like completely saddened by the situation. Then when she said like that, then he was telling, Hadai Pandit was giving a response that, see, if I die, then it's a one shot. But every day in the separation of me not having my son, so it's also I'm dying every day. It is too painful than dying on one day. And he also said that because if Nitai gets to know the information that I have passed away, then he will be sad again. I don't want to give him any trouble, so that's why I'm still alive. So they were in that sort of sadness every moment, and finally they both left the bodies by thinking of the son, and by chanting the names of Nityananda only they left the bodies, both of them. And Nityananda is actually detached because his mission is to meet the Lord. He is extremely detached with all this. And he was happily with the sannyasi going all around. So they travelled extreme south to north, like from Kanyakumari to Badrikashram, and also east to west. He travelled from Pandharpur to the east of Jagannath Puri, so many places. So when Nityananda was in Vrindavan, he also travelled to Vrindavan, so many places. So when he went to Vrindavan, in Vrindavan, what is the river flows? Yamuna. So when he take bath in Yamuna, so immediately think of his pastimes, because he knows, right? He is Lakshman and Balram before. So when he was in Yamuna river, he immediately shouting, Krishna, Krishna, where are you? Then he realized, oh no, I am Nityananda in this life. So let me come back to this pastime, and then Leela, and then he again becomes neutral. And likewise, wherever he go, he was thinking of Krishna. So that is the sort of a mood he was having. And then finally, he was waiting for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to start the Sankirtan movement. So he got to know the news that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got initiated. Actually, if you see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is 12 years younger to Nityananda. So Nityananda was born on 1474 in Eguchakradam, so almost like 500 years back. And when he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was in 1506. So in 1506, he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's the first time they met. So by then already Nityananda was 32 years old, roughly our age, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was 20 years old. This was the first time they both met. So now Nityananda got to know the news that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has got initiated from a spiritual master. So Diksha, initiation means taking Diksha from their spiritual master Guru, finding a Guru. And then Nityananda finally decided that let me fly to Nadia. So the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, that is in Navadvip, that is also in West Bengal. So then he immediately rushed to Navadvip, but to also increase the ecstasy, so he did not meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly. So to increase that the feeling, the bhav, so he was hiding in Nandanacharya's house. So he's another devotee there, Nandanacharya's house. So at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got the news that through other devotees got a dream that like already Balram is here. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Haridas Thakur and Srinivas to go and search for Nityananda. So then they both went and checked for Nityananda everywhere and they couldn't find him. So then they came back and told to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that we couldn't find Lord Nityananda anywhere. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself rushed, and then finally he found Nityananda in Nandanacharya's house. So if you can get to know the moment that finally they're meeting again, so that was a so transcendental moment. So this place is also called as Sri Gaura Nityananda temple. Even if you go to Nadia, you can see this temple name as Sri Gaura Nityananda. This commemorates the same pastime there. So you can visit these places. So at least we are now in Navadvip, West Bengal, and that's also called now in Mayapur, closer to that. So now finally Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda met. So they are so happy, and that moment I think Acharyas explained so many books on this. So it's a vast subject. I think we can understand the love that they have for each other, and Lord Nityananda also has for Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now Nityananda met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now almost like 32 years passed of Nityananda now. So he is 32 years old. So now one day what happened, I can just share another pastime. I think you might have heard of all this, but I can just explain it again. So then now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission is what? To spread the congregational chanting of this Hare Krishna mantra. Why he emphasized on this? Because in the age of Kali, like we cannot do any homams or any yajna or anything easily or correctly. Example, if we have to do, let's say we want rains, okay, then those days in Satyayuga and Dwapara Treta Yuga, they used to do the Ashwamedha yajna or something. And for that you need to have proper ingredients. Example, can any one of us get a pure ghee for the yajna? No, we can't, because everything is like polluted and there's no pure form. So then how can you do your yajna? First thing is to do yajna, everything should be perfect. So we can't do. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's why Krishna himself descended in the age of Kali to help all of us. So he is like the embodiment of unlimited compassion towards all the jivas, that we should recognize and we should value that, and we should also take home why he appeared and why Lord Nityananda also came. Lord Nityananda is so merciful, and I will tell you how much merciful he is in this another pastime I will tell. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed one day that to Haridas Thakur and Nityananda. So they are all the disciples. Let's not get into more names. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Gauranga, who is there on the left side there, you can see on the altar. So he instructed Nityananda and Haridas Thakur that now you go to every street and spread the message of what I am telling, that to chant the names of Lord Hari. So this is the only simple message, but it is very tough to give it to every individual. So now Nityananda and Haridas started going onto the streets, and then when they went onto the streets, they get to know wherever you go, Nityananda directly fell at the feet of everyone when they opened the door, and he begs them that please chant the Lord's name. So that is the only strength, that is the only mercy that we can get. So that is the only mercy, that is the only thing which we can do to that a mercy flows. And then immediately they both got to know that there are two dacoits, extremely demoniac in nature. So they are the names of Jagai and Madai. So Jagai and Madai are the two demons. They are like highly intoxicated always 24/7, and they are like killing the people. They can do robbery, whatever they want they can do. They are extremely demoniac. So when Nityananda got to know that when there is a chance that I deliver this message to these demons and to these demoniac people, when they can take up the names, then everybody else can take. So he took that as a target for him. So we also have targets, right? Like in LIC everywhere. So similarly, he has a target now. So then directly Nityananda went and started telling that, hey, please chant the Lord names. So how the scene would be? Is like those are demons. They're like extremely intoxicated. They immediately started chasing them, and they started running. And then then Nityananda and Haridas went and spoke to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructs that this is the only thing that you have to do, nothing else. So again they again make an attempt. Now Haridas says that like, no, I cannot do an attempt now. This is too painful and it's so risky. Then Nityananda says, see, you have been whipped in. Actually, there was a pastime where Haridas Thakur also got whipped in the market like more than 21 times when he was spreading the holy names. So when you could do that, this is so simple, let's do this. Then Haridas was actually scared, but Nityananda was so brave because he knows that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be protecting. So he has that faith, and then eventually he went towards Jagai and Madai. And then this time he again says that, please chant the holy names, that can deliver you easily. Then immediately Madai was having a pot in his hand where he was drinking alcohol. So he immediately threw that pot at Nityananda. So Nityananda is started bleeding. It went on his face and then he started bleeding. So the blood is all around his face. So now after seeing this, Jagai, like there's a subtle change in him. So he thought like, oh, blood, maybe something happened to him. Okay. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got to know the news. He immediately rushed because he can bear if something happens to him, but he cannot bear except when something happens to his associates and to his devotees. So that's why doing Vaishnava Club is more dangerous than killing anyone else, killing a Brahman or something. So that's why we have to be very careful when dealing with Vaishnavas. So I think that's what Prabhupada has given us all these learnings in his books. I think if you come across the courses like what he has given, like Bhakti Shastri, so many books he has written. So I think if we come across, we get to know the basics, and then we can at least lead our life in a meaningful way. And personally, it has also changed a lot in my own life itself, and it means a lot. You'll get to know with the experience. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately rushed to the scene, and immediately what he did, he appeared as a devotee, but he couldn't bear. He immediately opened his Sudarshan. Even though he is in the devotee form, he opened his Sudarshan. Sudarshan Chakra he has opened, and then immediately Nityananda, so Jagai turned. He realized, at least his senses came into control, and then he said that, oh my lord, please excuse me, I'm sorry. But Madai is still in the same mode. Madai is like, hey, I will chase this guy. So he is in the same mode, but Nityananda fell at the feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh my dear Lord, if you don't show mercy on them, then who else can protect them? So please, whatever in the past lives and the past leelas that I would have served you, I ask in return to forgive these two souls. So merciful, you see. He did not ask for anything. So many lives he was doing. He was serving Lord, like we have seen, right? He was helping in Satyayug. We are just only 4 yugas we are seeing. There are like millions of cycles happening. Every time Krishna Leela happens. Even today Krishna Leela is happening somehow the other way, other place. So that is why he is called as Nitya Leela. Krishna's pastimes are always Nitya Leela. They are like eternal and every time they are happening. So now after hearing this, Madai also changed. And this is where they both also became devotees. And they also started taking up the names of Supreme Lord. So that is why chanting these names is very important for us on a day-to-day basis. I think Prabhupada is already scheduled because he travelled all the way to the west. That is why even though we are sitting in the foreign land, we could discuss about all this. It's just purely the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So let's value that because we are in the golden age. That is also called, that is why this is called as a golden age, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Gauranga, golden in complexion, because he appeared, this is called as a golden age. So the 10,000 years is called as a golden age. So already how many years we have passed? Roughly 500 plus years we have passed. So we still have 9,500 plus years. We are not sure whether we may appear it or not, but at least we have everything. So if you want to read something, Bhagavad Gita, those days people has to travel to north or somewhere. But now if you want Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, you just open this. So we are living in such a easy place, easy time, that we have accessibility of everything. So that is just purely because of the mercy of the Guru and Gauranga. So let's pray that also, like, let's seek the blessings from Lord Nityananda today on this auspicious day of his birthday. We will ask for this as a birthday gift. So we have to give him birthday gifts. For that, what we can say is like every day I also take up chanting this Maha Mantra. We have to chant. So Cynthia, she's my wife. Like we got married like 2.5 years back, 3 years back. So she was also not aware of anything before, but slowly she also took it up. She can see, like she can also share that like how important it is and how it helps on a day-to-day basis. So it helps, and like for the baby also, when they hear, it eventually changes everything. So please take up this mantra. Try to do this chanting in your house every day morning. At least do, if you have not started, do at least with 2 rounds or 4 rounds. So today is on the day of Nityananda, appearance day. So you can talk to him personally in your minds that from tomorrow onwards I will chant, or from today onwards actually, after going home you can start chanting. That will be helpful to each and every individual, not to just to you, also to your families, to your generations actually. Even it can deliver the previous generation people also if they are still waiting for the bodies. So please take up this, that's my humble request. And I end here. So the mantra which we have to chant is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's do 5 more times. Close your eyes and then pray and then see how peaceful it is. And if you do this for 1.5 hours per day, and then imagine what sort of a change you're gonna see. Let's do it 5 times by closing your eyes, all of us loudly, and also thinking that you are in Ekachakra Dham, the birthplace of Nityananda, and seeking his mercy. Okay, close your eyes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Eindhoven Sangha ki Jai. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. And just a question here, 5 questions I'm gonna ask. Okay? And please raise your hands. Whoever I see first who is raising the hands, I'll ask them, so you have to tell the answer. And at the end, please ensure you're gonna get a good gift. Okay? Which was the year Nityananda was born? That's probably
1574.
wrong.
1494.
1494. We have?
1474.
He's right. And how old was Nityananda when he first time met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
32.
32. Very old. And the grandfather of Nityananda.
What was that?
It's a tie game, huh? And who was assisting Nityananda in spreading the holy names of Lord?
Ravi.
Yes, Hari Bol. 4 different persons. Okay, the 5th question will be, I'll choose 3 persons, okay? And tell what are the lessons that you can take home today, any 3 lessons that you can take home that you can implement. And also from the story, pastime, like how he was assisting, right, Nityananda throughout every pastime. So what are the 3 lessons that you have taken and you also can implement in your day-to-day life? Okay, ready, 1, 2, 3, start. Raise your hands, who wants to say? 1, 2, okay, you 2. So first you, Prabhu.
Always try to chant the mantra to bring nice vibrations into our housing and into our lives.
Okay, wonderful.
Always try to not only do it with us, but try to pass the words, so the words is
nice.
well spread in our let's call it samaj.
Yeah.
How many did you ask? Sorry?
3.
Okay. And be merciful.
Hari Bol. Your name, Prabhu?
Shyam.
Shyam. Wow, the color. Next, you Prabhu.
And only they pay to go ahead is to chant Hari Bol and the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Okay.
Krishna Krishna.
And the next one?
That's be merciful
Okay.
and be kind towards the fallen ones.
Hari Bol. So your name, Prabhu?
Ankit.
Ankit. You, Prabhu? You guys, right?
Me?
Yeah.
So one is be forgiveful irrespective of the situation.
Yeah.
Similar to the story that we were saying about the demonic characteristics were shown, and still Krishna and Balaram gave forgiveness. So in our lives also we are seeing a lot of things happening around us where we get upset or other things. So it's important to be forgiveful because it's good for us also. So that's my first learning.
Yeah.
The second is all the gurus before us have taken a lot of pains to spread the Mahamantra, and for us it's very easy because we have like communities like this, and also devotees are there all around us. So it's important that we take up Mahamantra and experience ourselves, because like your story, even me, I started with 1 round and now like I've reached 6 rounds.
Hari Bol.
And I can surely tell that that is really helpful in terms of how you know, you need to experience that to really take it up. So I you know, it's my encouragement to others also that this is really beneficial.
Hari Bol.
That's
Nice.
my second learning. And the third one is always have faith, because not every day is same. But irrespective of ages, you explained all 3 times, which is like repeating every millions of years. So this is going to happen again and again, but we have the chance to deliver. So have faith in terms of Krishna will come and
Hari Bol. Your name, Prabhu?
Sushant.
Sushant. So Prabhu, I think you touched me. I mean, every answer, but I think you also experienced. I think we all have to take it up, because on day-to-day basis we may miss it, but that is very important. Prabhu, the prize goes to you. This has the important verses from Bhagavad Gita, hand pocket book. So whenever you go, you travel, you just open and read the important verses. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.